Ladies and gentlemen, please take your seats. The show is about to begin.
This is a bunch of bullshit.
What's crack-a-lackin', people? Big Tiddy and Shiner back again. Season 2, Episode 1. We're ready to lay this down and go. We took a week off, I honestly missed it. But what do you think, Shiner? Did you miss it?
I did miss it, man. I kind of was wandering around lost throughout the week. Even though we had a holiday and then we had New Year's Eve, I still felt like the week was a little bit incomplete. And I think it was because we didn't do the show last week.
Yeah, you and I are definite creatures of habit.
Oh, very much so.
And when we didn't have this one podcast, it just felt wrong.
Yeah. The universe was definitely out of balance there for a few days. The good thing is I do have my voice back for this episode.
Oh, yeah. It sounded like shit on episode 8.
I was struggling.
And we all struggle from time to time. I tell you one thing I would struggle with, and this is something I found, and I just thought, why? I mean, I can understand. I can see it from both sides, okay? Okay. I don't want to tongue dive into like a stained brown butthole.
Oh, no?
No. Now, have you seen the ones that are actually bleached?
I have. I've actually seen before and after pictures, side-by-side comparison of this.
And if you can ever make a butthole, this is how you can do it.
Well, here's the deal. There's no, you never see a butthole that's kind of appealing. Like, it's one or the other, There's no in between on this deal.
No, there is no in between.
You got a butthole that makes your stomach wrench up and give you the dry heaves, or you got one that's attractive and it kind of calls to you. You never find one that's like, it's all right. It's one or the other.
No, because I've had one recently where I was like, are we going to stay north or are we going south? I'm going south on this. This is a nice looking one, but I've had
Wait, so we're going to kick season 2 off with anal bleaching?
With anal bleaching, man. That's the only way to do it. I mean, that's how we roll, right?
Man, I guess that's how we're going to roll. I mean, the deal with anal bleaching is there's cats that are making a living doing this, dude.
Oh, yeah, no doubt.
I ain't shaking their hand. I'll tell you that. If I meet one of these fools, I ain't shaking their hand.
No, but then now this tosses us into the next realm of shit that I saw.
No pun intended.
Oh, God. Now you can get your butthole casted. Okay, now let me explain this. They will take a cast of your butthole. Then they'll take that and make a negative of the casting. And then from that negative, they can put chocolate.
Oh, I've seen this.
Molten chocolate into that negative and pop it out. And you have butthole treats.
Why would you have those made? Are you going to give those to somebody you hate, or are you going to hope to get those from your lady?
I'm not going to give my woman buttholes for Christmas, or any other time, Valentine's Day,
But here's the deal: if they can make a chocolate out of that mold, they can pour a metal in there, and you can get a pendant to wear around your neck.
Oh, sure.
You could get a ring.
What kind of ring is that? Oh, that's my butthole.
I'm telling you right now, you start sporting an asshole ring, that game is off the charts, Holmes.
Yeah, and I'm telling you what, too, if you've ever dove into a bag of mini donuts, there are some people out there that center of that donut is what their butthole looks like.
Oh, fuck, man, I'm never going to be able to eat those again and not have that picture in my fucking head.
You get the chocolate-covered ones, that's just pure butthole.
Bag of buttholes.
Yeah, you fuck the mold. Just go get chocolate donuts or donuts or whatever they call them.
I got a bag of those in my fucking cupboard right now, and I am not going to touch them for a couple of days.
Now going on to donuts. One of my favorite things in the world to create stuff with are Krispy Kreme donuts.
What do you mean create stuff with?
Like I've made burgers with them. I've made breakfast sandwiches with them. Another thing I like to do Another thing I like to do is cut them in half and be careful because you destroy your fucking toaster doing this. Cut them in half and throw them in a toaster. Warm them up just a little bit. Don't warm them up too much because your toaster's going to catch on fire. But warm them up just a little bit in a toaster and then throw a little butter, just a little bit on the inside, and close it back up, and then eat it. And it's like, Jesus.
But doesn't all the glaze doesn't come off in the toaster?
Not much of it if you just do it a little bit. And you can do it in the microwave too, but some people tend to over microwave things, and then it gets really hot, and then it gets really tough.
You got like a science fair project going on with these fucking Krispy Kreme donuts, man.
Yeah, Krispy Kreme's a bomb.
Can you get those in town anywhere now?
Tulsa, they have a Krispy Kreme.
Oh, they still have that
71st,
Krispy Kreme out south?
Yeah, you can actually go get them hot there, and if you can get them hot there, you can eat in there. And they have really coffee too. But if you can get a dozen donuts right there when they're hot, fuck it, take you some softened butter with you, and go eat that shit in a restaurant while you're, or not, I wouldn't call it a restaurant, the donut place, while you're drinking your coffee, and you can do that butter thing while they're hot, and it is fucking delicious. Paula Deen would be proud.
Oh man, you could feel the fucking blood slowing down in your arteries as you swallow that.
Yeah, and the best part about that is no need to have a tight butthole, because that'll just slide right out.
That's not conducive to having a mold made of your butthole.
No, I wouldn't do it. I wouldn't do it for myself, obviously. First off, well, here's another.
Are you talking about having a chocolate made of your butthole? You wouldn't do it for yourself?
But I'm sitting here thinking now we just dove into it. If we're talking about me, you ever go down on a woman, she shaves and all that mess, but she forgets about her butthole, and so you get greeted by a fucking black spider.
Oh, dude, I didn't even know chicks shave their butthole until probably the last 5 years.
Yeah.
God, there's a lot of maintenance goes into being a chick, dude.
Yeah, there is.
Plucking nipple hair, shaving buttholes. I mean, that's a fucking task right there.
Yeah. Hey, do you know what the weirdest feeling in the world is?
No. Go ahead and tell me.
Feeling butthole stubble on your tongue.
Yeah, I'd imagine that's pretty fucking weird.
That is the weirdest feeling in the world.
I kind of imagine it would be one of those feelings though you got to go back and make sure that's what you felt.
Oh, yeah.
Like you got to give it another pass just to make sure that's what you felt.
Well, or if you're real dexterous with your tongue, I can flip my tongue upside down to the sensitive side. And
well, that comes in handy.
Yeah. Great for party tricks too, but yeah, I can flip my tongue around and feel it on the other side, and that's fucking stubble. That shit hurt.
Well, you said you'd never have it done for yourself. That just brings to mind, there's some sick cat that is a single dude living in his mom's basement, and he's checking the mail every day because he's had his own butthole cast, and he's getting chocolates molded after his own anus.
I know maybe 2 people that might do that.
You do?
Yeah. Yeah, we used to be on a podcast with one of them. And the other one is a frequent guest on his podcast. So,
well played, sir.
That's all right. And if he does, good for him.
Teach their own, man.
I'm not gonna eat my own chocolates out of my butthole.
No,
No, and I'm not gonna bleach it either. I don't make a habit of looking at my butthole. Nor do I make it a habit of getting doggy style on a bed so I can get my butthole eat out.
Well, I mean, I think the bleaching thing's more of that's a chick thing, I think. I mean, I guess there's probably dudes that do it.
Oh, yeah. There's manscaping motherfuckers out there that just swear by
it.
I'm
telling you right now, if any of our buddies are listening to us and you're a dude that has your fucking asshole bleached, do not let me find out about it because you will never get a moment's peace.
Oh, if we have some friends that have their butthole bleached,
yeah.
Even if you're a guy, I'm a little bit different than Shiner. Fuck, I don't want to see it.
Hey, man, I'm close with a lot of those cats, but I don't know if I'm that close.
Yeah, I want to see it. If it's because I want to see the what's the fucking word I'm looking for? The distance that you go in manscaping. If you bleach that butthole and you got a ball sack full of fucking hairs, well, I'm gonna tell you right there. Well, there's your fucking problem. That's why you can't get women. Your
ball
fucking
sack
ball, your ball sack looks like a fucking nerve cell.
Something tells me if a dude has his butthole bleached, he probably has a pretty tidy sack. I'm just guessing.
Yeah, you got to.
Yeah, I mean it goes hand in hand.
Yeah, literally hand in hand. Now, what did I hear about? I always hear this shit from you. And I never see it on the news. And you like dive deep into the fucking weird shit that goes on. But did I hear this right? There's a bar employee that stomped a possum to death that got in the bar.
Man, and I'm sorry, dude. I even called Fox 23 and tried to get the young lady on the phone to tell me the name of the bar. She said that we can actually go on Facebook and find out the name of the bar. I assumed when I heard this story, it happened in one of the surrounding towns in a little bar. This happened in a bar in downtown Tulsa. And apparently, during the night's events, a fucking possum wandered into the fucking place, and one of the employees saw it. I'm assuming some of the patrons saw it too. And the guy that worked there, he took matters into his own hands, and he stomped the possum to death. And apparently, some animal rights groups took issue with this and were upset about it. I saw them interview a lady that has a sanctuary outside of Tulsa, and she's holding a possum like it's a kitten, petting it. I'm sure the thing's been raised since it was a baby by people. And talking about how cute they are and how, they're not a threat. I'm sorry. Any possum I've ever seen, they're not friendly, and they're usually acting crazy because they got rabies.
Yeah, dude. They look like a miniature fucking Godzilla when they open their fucking mouth. All them freaking teeth in there. Do you remember me telling you the story way back in the day? Had a possum kept coming on my porch and eating the dog food that I left out. We had an outside dog, and he'd come up on the porch and eat and then go back in the yard. We had a possum up on the porch eating that dog food, and I took my Glock and shot it in the head. Actually, I shot it right through the eyeball, and thought we pretty much had it done. And he scurried off. He wasn't completely dead. He scurried off, but I thought he was going to scurry off and die. And animals, when they get sick or whatever, they kind of leave the house to die. They never want to die at home for whatever reason. And this possum, I was hoping, was the same way. Well, about 3 nights later, he was scratching on the porch and all that mess. And I get up to look, get my flashlight, open up the door and look. And here's a possum on my fucking front porch again. I'm like, God dang, man. Dude done invited his fucking family up and all that mess. And the more I got to looking at him, I shined the flashlight right in his face. And he looked back at me. This is the motherfucker I shot in the eye. And he came back onto the fucking porch to eat more dog food. And my wife at the time, she's long my I hope you die, like a possum. She come out and looked on the porch and was like, well, go ahead and kill it. I mean, God, what's your deal here? And I was like, if that son of a bitch came on my porch and I shot him through the eye and he didn't die, I'm going to let him eat some dog food.
That's like a Superman possum.
Yeah, he earned that shit, so I didn't shoot him. And then, consequently, I didn't see him again either.
You may find this hard to believe, but that is the second story I've heard today about a possum getting shot and not dying.
They're tough.
Well, when I was a kid, man, my brother and I, we were in this wooded area we played in, and there was a possum in there. And our plan when we saw him was, well, this is another weird thing. This is like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I don't know what he was doing running. He probably ate up with rabies. But the plan was we were just going to antagonize this thing until he played dead. Then we were going to catch him. Now, that's as far as the plan went. I don't know what we were going to do when we caught him. I guess take him home. But you can't, playing dead is like the very last resort. Like, he stood and was ready to fight for most of that encounter. Playing dead was not in his repertoire that day. I guarantee if I'd been in that bar and that dude stomped that possum, I'd have bought him a drink. But instead, this animal rights activist group, they get wound up and they announced today on the news, they fired that guy. Fired him for killing a giant rodent that's probably ate up with rabies inside a bar full of people.
That could have bit, that son of a bitch could have bit patrons.
Yeah.
In my eyes, he did the right thing. I hated that he got fired. Sorry to hear that. And because if I had a bar, bro, I'd hire you in a heartbeat.
In a heartbeat, man. Wouldn't even think twice.
Nope.
I guarantee one. If you hired him for your bar, I guarantee you one thing.
What's that?
You wouldn't have any possums running around that son of a bitch.
Hell no. Don't even have to shoot him either. This guy took care of it with a size 12.
Got him a boot.
Just thump, thump, thump. That was a great WWE match. I wish I could have seen that.
Hey, speaking of weird stories, you just said I'd dive into weird stories. Did you see the story that happened today with the guy half naked